Day 102 of the journey to the new colonies. 64 since Mother fell ill and died. The traveling has been hard, but I still do not miss the old country, though I called it home. That was a place of wars and superstitions and bad people, even before the ruin. We needed to move on.
Window. So it's plays on the supernatural, like fairy tale genre. So watching it, I did think like Lord of the Rings. Like these are the things that came to mind. We're watching a journey, and it really establishes the relationship between what is perceived as a father and daughter. So it really doesn't give away. It's a shift at the end. Really cool use of VFX to create this creature, and all the characters that were presented in this piece were very distinct. Um, Played into their character well, played and all the characterization played into the genre well, as well as the costuming and setting.
Dwindle, I thought this was fascinating, and it really kind of spoke to legends and folk legends and how much they can be kind of, in a lot of ways, have like a kernel of truth in them. I think that that's how those kinds of things start. And in this case, it happened to be quite true. But I also liked the parallel that it was kind of running with her, trying to fight and live for, get to a better place, have a better life. Her mom died on the journey, or her mom died and that precipitated the journey, but trying to live a better existence than what she previously had. And I think that her kind of making this very intense, very scary journey through very dangerous areas, and the trip itself is dangerous, she had to develop some kind of way to cope with that. And so having the belief that, listen to your instincts, trust your instincts, they'll guide you through, I think is phenomenal advice just in any circumstance. But I think that that's what she kind of used to cope with everything that she was going through, because she wasn't at a place where she could really like break down and deal with everything, with the grief and the stress of the situation that she was in. I don't think that, her body or, her psyche felt safe enough to, truly kind of process everything. And so instead, she just kind of develops this coping mechanism. And, parts of that is like seeing this person that she never really had a relationship with, but somehow guiding her and being with her on this incredibly strenuous journey and dangerous journey at that. And, doing what she had to do to survive, and finding a way to cope with that, and finding a way to live with that and work it into, a narrative that you can live with every single day. So, I thought it was really, really fascinating. I really liked the concept. I liked that it kind of dove into, was it truly all myth? Was parts of it real? Was that what really happened to her dad? Was that, just the story that she told herself? So, she could blame it on this kind of mystical thing that doesn't really exist, while she's in this very hard situation. I like that they, played with the boundary between what is real and what was her imagination. So even the audience is kind of left wondering. And I think that that's a really great twist to incorporate.
You get a father and daughter making it from point A to point B and are in a land of forest as they continue forth. It is a period piece. We have a disfigured blind man walking alongside with his daughter, and you can tell that there might be a sense of having this like sixth sense. Having this ability to trust your gut and your instincts and know when situations might be unsafe. They try to find a place to sleep for the night that is free of the bears and possibly a bigger demon or entity that could be after them. There's this sense of this mystical being at play. And as the story unfolds and continues on, you get to see this really big plot twist in the end. I think that is what makes this piece sort of interesting, of really showing that this lead up and this opportunity of seeing that this could potentially be more focused on the father and the story of this mystical beast, right? And it turns out that the story isn't about them at all. That is just a piece of the puzzle, and that the story is ultimately told in the daughter's perspective. This is the daughter's story of how she doesn't really know who her father is at all. And these are just sort of these just possible imaginations of who she may or may have come across on her journey, and always having this curious, innate thought of who her father might ultimately be as she gets to her journey. So it has this nice little creepy, eerie, little plot twist feel in the end.
This film was called Dwindle. This was an intriguing short film. I love the storytelling element of the film. Lots of reminders of the past and recounting of lore. I love the rugged wardrobe, makeup, and props, and the father's eyes were so haunting. What clever and surprising use of puppetry in the film. The forest location was perfect. The gray daytime lighting and the nighttime footage were mysterious and suitably creepy. Also creepy was the soundtrack, with such eerie tones. Strong performances, too. I would love to see this story continued in a feature. Well done.